Dear friends, I'm your friend Ali Ahmed. You are watching Civil Engineering Lectures. Today our subject is building materials and topic of today's video is stones. Introduction to stone. Stone is a natural material of construction and is obtained from quarries. Since prehistoric days, it has been used for constructing different components of buildings like foundations, walls, lintels, floors, roofs, etc. It has also been used for constructing bridges, weirs, dams, etc. Stones that are used for the construction of structures are known as the building stones. And the causes of reducing the stone uses in today's world are as the uh, RCC structures, the introduction of the RCC structures in the steel. Important buildings these days are being constructed of steel and RCC because of their being less bulky, stronger, and more durable is the cause of reducing the stone uses in today's world. The strength of structures made of stones cannot be rationally analyzed as those of made with the steel and RCC structures. And the suitable, durable, and more easily workable alternative materials are now available in market. That's one of the reasons. Coarser stone, sandfast, rusticated bricks, furnace ware, etc., can be given architectural treatment more easily and have therefore overshadowed the use of stones. Stones are not cheaply available and are not conveniently available in plants, so that's the reason and cause of the reducing the use of the stone in today's world. Dressing of stone is time consuming and results in slow pace of construction. That's also one of the reason. Uses of stones. The overall uses of the stones in the construction industry and other ways. The stones are extensively used for following reasons. The stones used as the ballast or the broken stone used for the railway tracks, for the road construction, for preparing cement concrete required for foundations, and it is also used for the flooring, hollow and solid blocks, artificial sorry artificial stones, and reinforced cement concrete. Second is the crushed stone. That is also the stone dust. It is used. Stone is used as a crushed stone. Is used as a substitute for the sand. As a fine, as the fine aggregate. Stone is used as a fine aggregate as well, and as a blocks in construction of buildings, lintels, arch walls, columns, abutments, and piers of bridges and weirs and in dams, etc. As blocks and slabs for facework of buildings requiring architectural treatment, as thin slabs for roofing and for flooring buildings and the pavements. As limestone, it is used in manufacture of lime, cement, and in various other chemical processes. Thin slabs of impervious stones are used for laying damp-proof course in building. That's called the DPC. And these are the uses of these stones in today's world. And there are many uses of these stones as well. So the classification of stones classified according to the geography, that is the depending upon the geography or how rock was originally formed. That is called the geographically classified stone. And then the physically classified stone, that is the depending upon its structure or upon what its structure is. And the chemically classified stone, that's the depending upon classification depending upon the chemical composition. The geographically classified stones further sub-classified into the three categories, that is the igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, and metamorphic rocks. Physically classified stone is further subclassified into the two groups, that's the stratified and unstratified the stratified physical classification and unstratified physical classification. Then the chemical classification is further subclassified into the three: argillaceous, and siliceous, and the calcareous. These are the classification of the rock, not the stone. But as we know that the stone form the rock, so that's why we have just classified the stone as well in these three classification. Otherwise these classifications, the geographical classification, chemical classification, physical classification, and their sub classifications like the igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, metamorphic rocks, and the subclassification of physical classification is the stratified rocks, unstratified rocks, and the chemical classification, the subclassification of it as the siliceous, argillaceous, and calcareous rocks. These are the classifications of the rocks, not the stone. But as we know that the stone form the rock, so if we go to the classification of stone, these will be the same classifications. Further, the characteristics of good building stones are as the appearance, general structure, heaviness, strength, hardness, toughness, and workability. All these topics about this stone and the rock will be discussed in separate lectures, as we have discussed the characteristics of wood building stone in different lecture. So also we will have a lecture on the classification of the rocks, and we will go in detail, and we will discuss it in detail. You will better understand everything about the rocks and the stone in that video, inshallah. The quarrying of stone, the methods of quarrying, excavation. These are the methods of the quarrying. And while the quarrying is the art or the technique or the process of taking the stones from its natural rocks or natural plants or natural areas, like we take the stone out of the rock of the required shape, of the required size. So this art of taking the stone out of the rock of the required size and shape is called the quarrying of the stone. And these are the methods of the quarrying. There's the excavation. First method means this the oldest method, you can say that is the. And second is the wedging is also the oldest one, and they're the latest one, like the blasting, and there is the heating. These are four methods of the quarrying of stone: excavation, wedging, and heating and blasting. We'll discuss these in our separate video, inshallah. Common building stones, these are the following common building stones: granite, gneiss, blast, anthrop, slate, limestone, marble, conker, sandstone, laterite, serpentine, morum, gravel, shingle, and chalk. These are the common building stones used in common building purposes. Granite is used in building, gneiss is used in building, basalt strip is used, limestone is used as the formation of the material or the manufacturing of the cement, etc. Or it is also limestone is used for the structure, foundation structures, etc. Marble is used in flooring, etc. Concrete is also used in structures, and slate is used in roofing, etc. Sandstone is also used in the structures, electra, serpentine, murum is used. Gravel is mostly used material in our construction industry. Shingle is used, and chalk is also used in our buildings, in our structures, etc. These are all the uh, these are all the stones used in construction industries. This was all about the stone. We gone through the introduction of stone, what is the stone, and then the why the stone has been reduced, or why the uses of stones has been reduced in our these days, and what were the uses, or what are the uses of the stone in our construction industry. And then the classification of the rocks, there's also the classification of the stone as well. And then we went for quarrying of the stone, methods of quarrying, and then the common building stones which are used in our industry. This was all about this stone. Thank you very much.